Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. This is the case of Nicola Jane Bulley, a 45-year-old mother who was reported missing in St. Michael's on Wyre in Lancashire. She was last seen at 9:15 near the River Towpath. The first report that we got from Superintendent Sally Riley, the timelines that we got from Superintendent Sally Riley said clearly at the start that Nicola was reported missing at 9:10. And then it was said that Nicola was reported missing at 9:15. She was last seen at the River Towpath. But if you look at the poster that is on the tree, it clearly states that Nicola was missing from a home in Skip. So that changes a lot. The locations are extremely important, obviously, in a missing case. The timelines are very important too. So we have misled timelines and we have locations that have been changed. We have witnesses that are not speaking up, and we have a witness called Ron that the police did not mention him. It was Sky News who found Ron. You could see how nervous. The locations were obviously wrong, and once we get different locations, then it's going to be difficult for the public even to help to find Nicola, because it's important to get the right location and the right description of the person who's missing, whether it's their clothes or whether it is the vehicle they were driving, where they were last seen. All of these comes into play. And that is what I've noticed about this case. Once you have all these things in different places and things are not being put in a structure, like the right timeline, who saw Nicola last, who's a real witness and who isn't. All those matters come into play. When somebody is missing, the first couple of hours are always known as the golden hours. Those golden hours are crucial because usually the missing person is found, or usually they have an idea of where the missing person could have gone to. But I don't know if y'all have noticed, to start with, this is for entertainment purpose only. Have you noticed, usually when a missing case turns into a foul play, you will notice a lot of similarities at the start. It starts with timelines being twisted, just like the Summer Wells case. It starts with witnesses changing. It starts with witnesses not recalling what they saw. Let's not forget, witnesses can favor someone. Example, in this case, if Nicola came to harm's way, it is possible that whoever abducted Nicola or harmed her could be one of the witnesses. So obviously they're going to misdirect us. They're going to mislead us. They're not going to give us the proper directions. And we know for a fact from the start that Penny hasn't been helpful. She could have been helpful to the police, but she hasn't been helpful in even explaining to Sky News. I believe that they tried to get hold of Penny, but Penny must have refused, because you could hear Sky News telling Ron, and after they spoke to Ron, they were talking, the two reporters, Kay and Mr. Rashid, were talking near the bench, and he says that it was Penny who tied up the dog. So you know reporters, they try to catch the story. That is what they make their income of. They try to get the story while it's fresh to find out where Nicola Bulley is. And I'm sure ITV News and Sky News, the two news that were accused by the family, and that I believe is Paul, because he's the one who told the police of Nicola's vulnerabilities and decided to give it out later on. So what I'm trying to say is witnesses can have their own beneficial reasons that they can say that they saw Nicola. I've mentioned this a couple of times. Look at Peter Bagley in his case from Boot Town, Great Manchester. If you recall that case, the CCTV footage was put up for him in the gas station that he was seen last in, not far away from his home. And it was still a missing case. So why didn't the police put up Nicola Bulley's last footage if she was seen on the 27th of January? How come they haven't put that up? They should, because it's always, let's not forget, boundaries is important, but it's because of the public cases get solved. It's because of the public missing people get found. The public has a role to play in it. Whether it's the public of Lancashire, whether it's the public who visited Lancashire that day, that they're appealing for dash cams footage. So I don't think it's right that the public are included when it's suitable for the police and we are excluded when it's not. I do understand that the police have an important role. They have important role to play, especially the senior superintendent, solving this case and coming out with a picture of what really happened, what really took place. But once you don't have CCTV footages from the river tow part up right towards the Iron Bridge, then you walk right down to the primary school. That is exactly what Senior Superintendent Rebecca Smith said. I'm quoting her words, not my words. So you can imagine that is a big gap of no CCTV footage. And we know once there's blind spots, people can take advantage of that. You have to put this and think about it in a criminology way. Think about it as the criminal, what the criminal would have thought. I'm sure whoever was the criminal or the criminals involved in this case, this was premeditated. I really believe that. They knew exactly, because this takes time. They knew exactly, whoever did it knew Nicola's whereabouts, knew exactly what Nicola does, how Nicola even sits, where she sits. Because you can imagine, if it's a case of abduction, a third party, people would usually be looking at, like, I'm sure that's what the investigators are looking at. They shouldn't be only looking at the day Nicola got abducted. The question is, how long has in the CCTV footage been working? Then I would have tried to check on all the days before Nicola got missing, weeks before Nicola got missing, maybe months before Nicola got missing. Nicola used to go there all the time. She had a lot of pictures over there the whole of the summer, April, May, June. Nicola's Facebook was always loaded with pictures of her and her beautiful dog Willow near the river top part. Nicola took even pictures herself of her standing maybe towards the bench, actually, thinking about it, because she takes pictures straight of the river top part. Beautiful summer pictures. So what I'm trying to say is it could be really possible that somebody knew Nicola Bulley's whereabouts. Somebody knew that she would come there to do her work. Somebody who knew that She may come to the other side of the river because Willow likes to swim there. It could be possible. So it has to be somebody who was premeditating this whole plan. And I really personally don't believe it's one person. It has to be a couple of people. More than 2-3 people who knew about this. But I've never seen a strange and weird case like this, with all due respect. A case where somebody has fallen into the river, but the river has always been like that. Think about it. The river has always been like that. They never needed to fence up the place. And if Nicola fell in the river and it was so dangerous, why didn't they fence the river now? It's been February, March, April, May, and we're in June. It's been 4.5 months and that river hasn't been fenced up. So what is the council of? So what I don't understand is if the bench was a danger itself and people were falling from the bench to the river, why didn't they fence it? I remember Sky News was talking to the council member of Lancashire, St. Michael's, and he said that he's going to fence the bench. So for me, it just proves that there's no emergency for them. There's no emergency for them. Think about it. Why would there be emergency for them to fence up the bench when nobody has fallen from the bench? This was a decoy, like Peter Folin politely put it. Allegedly, I believe it's a cover-up. Decoy is in fact a more decent word to use. This is a cover-up. It is a cover-up from the start. Nicola has not... I refuse to buy. I was one of the people who used to always say at the start Nicola was on the CCTV footage and Nicola drove her children to school and something happened to Nicola after that. But now, after so many months of researching, whether it's through Facebooks, whether it's through timelines, whether it's all the clips that have been made, I can clearly see that there is a big concern in if Nicola was ever there that day. I don't understand how the senior superintendent, Rebecca Smith, ruled out the two men or the two people with the red van. It was not one person who came and called the police and told them. It was two people that recalled seeing the red van. So why are the residents' words not taken seriously? As the public, we are told, please, they're on the TV screen, the police pleading with us, the public, to get in reports of anything they remembered or recalled or saw. So is Emma White and all of the people standing on the road. If that makes sense. So it doesn't make sense at all for me. It doesn't make sense for me. Witnesses are actually coming and saying that they saw two men with a red van. The police aren't taking them serious. The police said, Rebecca Smith said, oh, many people are calling us with false information and you all know how it is. No. Every information from the public should be taken serious till it leads nowhere. The fisherman, that was debunked too. They said there was no fisherman. And that wasn't weird or strange. But then Rebecca Smith, Superintendent Rebecca Smith said, if, like we heard that the fishermen were covering their mouth and they're covering their faces, then we would like them to come up and tell us what we've seen. The police are supposed to be going after leads. They're not supposed to be telling the people, the public, that all these fishermen, like, the fishermen were talked to, like, and the men in the red van. If you're around, just come and give us your report of what you'll have seen. They are supposed to be people of interest. You're not supposed to be warning them that you're searching for them. You're not supposed to be going and doing a diligency of what and who and what vehicles were around those areas. So I really don't understand that. I'm shocked, disappointed, heartbroken for especially Nicola and her daughters and her parents. And now I have to come to the final part, because I think I was trying to ignore addressing it again, but I will do it this time, and I'll do it politely like I usually do it. Everyone is entitled to make whatever clips they want. Everyone is entitled to use what contents they want, as long as they don't do it like armchair detective and steal other people's contents. We're not small kids. We're adults here. We have to respect each other. So armchair detective subscribers or fans or fanatics, stop leaving messages on my comment, because I said that armchair detective has no right to be showing Nicola is grave, and he has no right to be especially showing the public other people who are buried next to Nicola is grave, and he's reading out the information. So if I'm wrong, then come for me, because I'll stand with pride and say I don't take disrespect for Nicola's case, and for especially Nicola's grief. Then the other group is Curtis Media fans. Shakespeare said a very wise thing that I love, and that's not an insult, that's the truth. Show me a friend and I'll tell you who you are. Whoever supports Curtis, that's all I have to say. Everyone's entitled to their subscribers. Curtis said he's here to help for Nicola Bulley's case. He recorded Nicola Bulley's dead body. We saw that on the news. And for some of y'all to even tell me, no, that wasn't her human remains, shame on you, because we don't know what it was. But whatever it was not supposed to be recorded. So if y'all think I'm going to apologize for armchair detective and for Curtis, then I'm sorry, but no sorry. I can't believe that people are actually encouraging two disrespectful people who've run out of content, so now they go and record a mother who's been through the saddest, heartbreaking conditions in her life. Her life was taken away from her, Curtis. Armchair detective, please remember that Nicola Bulley has daughters. I'm saying this as a mother. I'm saying this as a therapist, as a licensed therapist, and I really do care, because I've seen such things, what they do to real families. Curtis, you had the audacity to sit there and say, oh, this is so yeah, guys, y'all thought that Nicola wasn't alive. Here, Nicola's alive. What would make you think Nicola doesn't exist? Are you disrespecting her two beautiful daughters and her parents? Nicola was a real person. Nicola was a mother like us. Nicola was a sister like us. Nicola was a daughter like us. Nicola had a family like us. Nicola was a good person. You hear that from everyone who knew Nicola. And there's something called respect the dead. Every religion tells you that. Respect the dead, because they're not here to talk for themselves. They don't have a voice anymore. The voice had been silenced. It was whatever, whether it was destiny, whether it's them being a victim. Curtis and AD, you are not allowed to be breaching rights like that, recording graveyards, even if it's allowed. Have some self-respect, self-decency, and self-manners. That is something you're brought up with young. Respect the dead. Put love and respect on the name. If you're here to get justice on Nicola, analyze the interviews. Analyze the police conference. stop Curtis terrorizing the neighborhood of Lancashire. Just like that neighbor told you, why are you here? A very good question. Why are you here? And then you have other creators putting out Nicola's medical information like penny. I don't know what's happening. Gizla K tampering with the active case. Are y'all with Nicola? Are y'all for Nicola or are y'all against Nicola? You can't be in between. So stop it. I'm surprised that Lancashire police is letting them record the graves and not saying anything. Imagine if that was your family member. Imagine if those people buried there was your children, your sister, yourselves. We have to think of it that way. That's a part of counseling that is important. Admit when you're wrong. Curtis, an armchair detective. Apologize. We don't need your apologies. Move on. But don't go back to Nicola's grave, and don't go back to Nicola recording Nicola's dead body like Curtis is doing. We are here for Nicola. At least I'm here for Nicola. I'm going to stand for Nicola. Paul went around saying Nicola had alcohol issues and all. He did not protect his partner, and that was what he was doing. And the people on YouTube are recording the poor woman's grave after what she's been through. How shameless is this? But guess what? There are some people who really do care of Nicola. Although I did not know Nicola, I have respect for Nicola, and I want justice for Nicola. I want the truth of what happened to Nicola Bulley, and I'm not going to stand for anyone disrespecting her grave. By recording it is disrespecting. Did y'all get permission from the family to record it? Y'all should be sued. Armchair detective Chris Ward's family is not enough for you? I think Curtis got permission from Paul. I'm serious. Because he met Paul near the post. And then half an hour later on, he was recording Nicola Bulley's grave. He asked for permission, can I go there? He said, yeah, just make sure everything's cool. Is that what is going on, Curtis? Because it doesn't make sense the way you ran into him. So that's why I'm saying this. Respect Nicola. You want justice for Nicola. Nicola wouldn't have done that to your Curtis, an armchair detective. Don't do that to her. Leave Lancashire alone. Their families. They have children. Leave Nicholas St. Michael's alone. You can sit and solve your case from your home. You're just adding kerosene to the fire. It's not like Curtis has learned anything and he learned something. But Curtis, I hope that neighbor straightened you for a while. Today is the 14th of June. It's a very sad day, especially tomorrow for me, because that is the day precious summer moon Uta Wells would have been missing 2 years. It's hurtful, it's sad. Our parents are still all over YouTube, acting unmindful and unprofessional. I hope the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation gives us some good news tomorrow. I will be doing a clip later on of the timeline of Summer Moon Uta Wells. I'm going back on things I know from day one, the Amber Alert and such things. But now let me come back to the main thing of Nicola Jane Bulley. Nicola, like I said, was reported missing. We are told that she was last seen near the bench. Later we were told that her phone was found on the bench, but Nicola was last seen on the fields. The last witness that saw her was 9:10, so we have to stick to that witness, allegedly. But then it's strange because the senior superintendent said that all the cameras will work in the Academy Park and they were extremely cooperative with us. But we heard from ITV News that the cameras behind the Academy Park was not working. that day. So that clearly looks like somebody tampered with it. The same with the CCTV footages. I've never seen, I know that CCTV footages can be broken in certain places, but notice one thing if you live in the UK. Main roads, main high roads have the CCTV on. Like, I'll give you an example. Obviously, I'm not going to say where I live, but where I live in London, it's quite a big city. Even the place is big itself, but it depends where you go to. But all the streets around me have cameras, CCTV cameras. Because accidents can happen easily, because they have a lot of companies and wells to protect. And I've seen Gosson Road. It's a long road. It does have a lot of things. Are they trying to tell us the church doesn't have cameras? I keep on thinking about that. Because you can see at the edge of the church, it does have cameras. So why are they trying to say that there is no cameras from the beginning of the river tow part to the end of the river tow part? Why would they say that? If there's no cameras from there to the primary school, that means anything could have happened to Nicola. While Nicola was walking from the school to the river tow part, she could have been abducted. She could have been abducted in the field or the bench. Or, just like the poster in the tree says, Nicola was missing from her home in Inskip. She was last seen at 9:15 near the river tow part. The wording of it doesn't sound round, and that poster is on the tree near the bench, and it's on the caravan park side. It's on the other side of Gosson Road, and there's another place. I counted 4 places. Rowan Waters. And it was written, so thick plastics, papers, and it's nailed on the bench. Heather Gibson was the organizer of the search. And Heather clearly said she clearly sent out a message to all of Nicola's friends and all the people in, what's it called? Yeah, St. Michael's. She said, Nicola Bulley, she said she was talking about distributing posters, and then I read the poster on her Facebook that she was distributing. One said 9:10, the other said 9:15, near the river tow part. So Heather Gibson would have known clearly what time Nicola was missing, because she was one of the organizers of the search. I want to know whether it was the parents or staff. I'm not making an accusation and I'm not speculating. I'm just saying that I want to know which of the staff members in the primary school could have been working with them, allegedly. Because it doesn't make sense. Somebody falls in a river, allegedly, but the primary school is called. So we don't even know why the primary school was involved. What was it that the primary school could have done to find Nicola? Do they have the gear, like the gear to find people like Mr. Peter Folding has and the police divers have? Do they have the equipments? Is there a small police office maybe in the primary school? I'm serious. I'm trying to figure out why the primary school was called before the police. Because these people were clearly wasting time of not calling the police, because if the police were called and if Nicola was really missing, wouldn't have Nicola been found quicker? There was no haste here. There was no stress, or there was no show of urgency. There was no emergency here. People were sitting People were sitting and discussing in the bench. Oh, is this Nicola? Who is this? People were sitting and discussing on the bench if it was Nicola's phone. Who should we call next? What should we do? So this happened. Don't forget, they say that allegedly Nicola's phone was found at 9:20. But the police were yet again called at 10:50 by Paul. So explain that. Penny explained that. All the people near the bench, Ron, Penny's daughter, Penny's sister who's married to Ron. This is a family business. Explain why you all decided not to call the police. Why did you all call the primary? Somebody had a phone, obviously. Penny was calling her sister Penny was calling her sister, and her sister was calling Ron. That's Ron's wife. And then we have Penny's daughter here. We have at least 4, 5, 6 people standing around the bench with mobile devices and phones, and nobody decided to call 999, that is an emergency free phone. That shows something is seriously wrong and that this is a cover-up. So like I was saying, what were these people doing on the bench? So what were these people doing near the bench? Who found Willow? They say it's Penny who tied Willow. I heard it's Penny's daughter. Why aren't they speaking? Why aren't they clarifying what exactly happened that day? Somebody had to see Nicola Bulley that morning. The CCTV footages are fake from Gizla K tampering in a active investigation. Because if they were real, they would have gone to the police, like we know, and the social media. The first CCTV footages were given by Emma White to the police and to the news channels. Fake number 2. Today I'm pointing out my red flags. So whoever's working in the primary school, whether it's the primary board mothers, or was it called the governor parents board? We know that Jill said that Nicola is a mother, a school mom. Yeah, but she's a school mom. She drops off her children to school and she helps with activities. But we know that the parents that are in the board meeting, governor board meeting, I think that's what it was called. So my question is, how come everybody, or Emma, Nadia fell, many people are saying that they saw Nicola that day. If you all saw Nicola that day, how come there's no footages to show of Nicola? That makes me believe that this was more than an accident, that it was more like a crime. You have no CCTV footages working anywhere around these areas. And that is very questionable. Very questionable. The 10th of January, whatever happened on the 10th of January is what led to this. It's really sad. Because if it was domestic violence, it could have been prevented. The reason I say trigger warning domestic violence is because let's not forget that the police said that the welfare team, the medical team, or the mental health team were called with the police and nobody was arrested in this incident. You can clearly see it's written down there. In this incident. So was there other incidents? Were there other arrests that are taking place from that address? Something was definitely going on. Nicola Bulley deserves a justice. I hope that the inquest shows that Nicola didn't have alcohol issues. Everyone has menopause struggles, but it's not like a thing that you end up falling in a river or that you can't go to work or function in life unless it's a serious medical condition. Rebecca Smith has clarified that tens of times. She has told us many times. We released those vulnerable informations after we got the information from our partner Paul. Some people actually say that Paul can't be guilty because Paul is the one who's saying Nicola did not fall in the river. He's saying that Nicola did not fall in the river because he wants people to disperse from the river so that he can allegedly put back Nicola in the river. I'm being honest. Why else would Paul say that? Paul, I'll tell you all the red flags of Paul. Paul wasn't searching for Nicola. Paul, why did you go the next day with your dog Willow? You said that in your interview you went with your dog Willow and the dog just went and wandered about like nothing happened. Bless him. That's what you said. Why did you go the next day? Why didn't you go the same day? Why didn't you go the same minute that Nicola was missing? You went and the police told you to go home. You went home. The police left. Why didn't you come back? That day, the day after, the next day, the next day. Why weren't you searching for Nicola Bulley? Why did your interviews sound like a walking red flag? Allegedly. Why is Emma giggling in your interviews? How come we don't hear y'all talking so much about Nicola? Why do y'all have to be reminded to talk good about Nicola? Why is Emma giggling in her interviews? Why are you giggling, Paul? Allegedly. And that's not allegedly, sorry. My bad. I take that back. You were giggling in your interviews, and so was Emma. Why were you giggling? What was so funny? Emma said that people go for a walk and fall. People go for a walk and then disappear. Nobody disappears unless somebody is trying to work or cook up a crime. You just don't disappear. I hope the truth comes out. I hope Nicola Bulley gets her justice. I hope and pray that armchair detective, you stop. Stop, I mean, stealing contents from people. Just because you're a big channel, you have no right to be trying to walk over small channels. You're shameful. It's a disgrace. And I ain't playing around with you. I ain't quitting YouTube for you. Get that right. I'm here for Nicola and Summer. And then later on you say, guys, like you did with Eddie, you said it was a subscriber who sent me an email and told me what to use. Are you so... I don't know what to say. Are you so slow? When subscribers send you private things, keep it to yourself. You're the creator. You should decide what you want to put up there. I don't understand why YouTube is not watching the community guides of you recording graves or uploading Nicola's grave. I hope you and Curtis both get sued by Nicola's parents. You'll have no shame. And then as for all the subscribers, not all the subscribers, I have respect for everyone on YouTube and in the world. So I'm not saying anything about your subscribers, but the subscribers of Curtis Media and AD, Armchair Detective, who come to my channel and tell me that Curtis has done so much for this case. Curtis hasn't done anything for this case besides recording a deceased woman's body. I'm being serious. It's out on the media. Why do you think Lancashire police put him on bail? He came out of jail, he came out of bail, and he's gone and done the same thing and worse. He's recording somebody who's deceased, is dead body when she was found, and now he's sitting in front of a grave and making a recording or live stream. I don't know how y'all take that, especially people who are defending him. For me, in plain English, it's called harassment. He is harassing Lancashire. The community of Lancashire need respect. If they're going to answer to anyone, they have no right to answer to us. They have the right to answer to the police and to the courts. But when somebody like Curtis is disrespecting Nicola's dead body, I'm a bad person then, if I just accept it and just watch. Of course, if Curtis is on the TV, you watch it. If AD is on the TV, if anyone is on the TV, you watch it, because when you start watching one special case, like when you watch Nicola Bulley's case, the others will automatically follow on. Whoever's on or whoever made a clip. In case people didn't know that. Because some people ask me, why are you doing this? Because you watch them. I watch whatever is made about Nicola Bulley. because I'm not interested in other YouTube creators. I'm interested in Nicola Bulley. I'm there to learn. So I have nothing to say about Curtis or Armchair Detective. They are good creators and they must be doing a good job in what they do. But there has to be boundaries, mindfulness, principle, decency, respect, not to go to people's graves. And both Curtis and Armchair Detective did not only go to Nicholas Bulley's grave without permission, they went to the other people laying in peace. The other dead crops, or sorry to say, the other deceased people, other people who are dead. What part of it don't these two people don't understand? These people have families. We have someone breaching Nicola's medical rights. Had they forgot that Nicola had family? Wasn't it that what Nicola's family said from the start? That we are releasing out this information because there are people there who are trying to sell Nicola's stories. So look at that. They knew what was coming, Penny. They saw that. And guys, I need to talk about a last important thing. I've mentioned that before, and I've heard many other YouTube creators mentioning that too. I strictly do not delete people's comments. It's YouTube who decides which comments are improper for them, or it's against their community guidelines. I'm sure there's certain words that click there that just hit their buttons or something that highlight it. Because I've seen there are people who left me in the comment section, why aren't you answering me, and I sent you so many comments, why are you deleting it? I'm not deleting it. I don't delete comments unless people are really nasty to me or to Nicola Bulley or Summer Wells or whoever the case is about. I love my subscribers. I love my viewers. They're very mindful. They're very respectful. And we care about Nicola Bulley and Summer. We really care about Nicola because we're working on Nicola Bulley's case now. I'm going to be talking about Summer later. Summer Moon Utah Wells, the 5-year-old girl from Tennessee, who should be 7.5 now. Is still not being found. I hope she gets her justice. And I will definitely be back for Summer because tomorrow is the anniversary. But for Nicola Bulley, we have a good 12 days to go, I believe. 11 days to go. So I hope justice is served. And I think, I'm not sure if the name is Hamilton. I really apologize. You sent me a beautiful comment and I wanted to read it as soon as I opened it. By mistake, it just went off. I really apologize. Please send me a message because I'm still trying to write back to you, but sometimes YouTube doesn't that. It doesn't let you open the message at all, but you can see that the message is there. I really appreciate it. I could see the first sentence of it. Thank you very much. I really mean it from my heart. Said beautiful things. Please leave me a message again. And I'm sorry about that. As for apologizing to Curtis, apologizing to AD, because somebody asked that about leave Curtis and you should apologize to him. I'm never going to apologize. Never, never, ever. I will be apologizing for correcting two people who have no shame and are recording Nicola Bulley and uploading Nicola Bulley's grave. You want me to apologize? I don't think so. I apologize when I'm wrong. You all should be apologizing for supporting such behavior that is disrespecting Nicola's family and making a family sad. And believe me, there are many people who agree with me that that was wrong, and the many people who've told me Curtis should cut back, he should delete the part where he's sitting in the grave. And I felt their pain. I saw they were hurt. So imagine how Nicola's mother and Nicola's father feel. Imagine if that was your sister, your mother, your partner, your daughter. I wouldn't like someone disrespecting my family's grave like that. And I don't want anyone disrespecting Nicola's grave like that, because Nicola has become family to us, at least to me. So put respect on me. Please like, share, and subscribe, guys. And like I told you all, if you all could kindly subscribe to the new channel that I've opened, it's very important for me. You should always have a backup channel, and because of all the community guidelines, you always get some haters. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is please subscribe, and I'm going to upload many things in that other channel. It's not far from my name. I was thinking of naming it so many different names. I'm not going to give out clues now. I thought of beautiful names, but at the end I thought of how will I get back my subscribers. That's most important for me. And then I thought, just stick to your name, Huda London, Psychology and Crime, instead of Mental Health and Crime. And there wouldn't be any mental health if it wasn't for psychology. So obviously, psychology, mental health. Just remember Huda London, this one's Huda London, Mental Health and Crime. Please like, share, and subscribe here. And the other one is Huda London, Psychology and Crime. And it has that sign of and in between. Huda London, Psychology and Crime. Guys, I'll see you all soon. Have a lovely evening. Condolence to Nicola, Bulley and her family. And I really hope that nobody else uploads or records Nicola's grave. The other public people that have nothing to do with Nicola's case that are resting there, they need respect on their names. Nicola's family needs respect on their daughter and their mother's name. Let Nicola rest. Nicola's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.